Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, the only censored source of community entertainment in these times. Off here to a 1 versus 1 on Faymonville Approach. In the north, it is Bulat fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, straight into German infantry, fighting for the 1 and 16th Panzerdivision Winhund, featuring 250 half-tracks. Veteran squad leaders, stormtroopers, assault and hold, and fragmentation bombs with double infantry and Panther west and south. It is Ashablois, fighting for America, freedom, democracy, taking on the role of the 1st Armored Division tasked with breaking through the lines of the 1 and 16th Panzer Division. We're here with the Recon support featuring raid tactics, INR Pathfinders, the airdrop combat group, M8 Greyhound, and the M83 cluster bombs with ambulances and double infantry there. And as always, I'd be very happy if you could like, subscribe, and share the video. And if you do subscribe, remember to press the bell button so YouTube's more likely to, notify about the video. Also, big thanks to my Patreon supporters. We'll keep, doing this day after day and effectively sponsoring all of this. So, big thanks to them. And of course, to anyone who may donate, you could do so via links in the video description, either pledge or donate, and either of those would make me very happy. And of course, allow me to keep doing what I do, since I do rely a lot on that. We got Grenade 74 Bulat. There's double rifle there from Ashablois. Bartway here in the centre. Rifle seizing the northern fuel point there. Grenadiers moving up here with the same grenadiers going there for Bulat. We're probably seeing like 3 to 4 grenadiers here from Bulat. Typical build for most of our players if they go for German infantry. In the south, we've got the rifle squad moving up here for Ashablois. Up north there, almost got the fuel point here. Pioneers can get back, and we got Pathfinders out there for Ashablois, equipped with some scoped marksman rifles. Please just sneak up behind the Pioneers here. Rifle in the south here. Grenadiers moving out to secure the centre, probably popping some machine gun if they can. There we go, Pioneers spotted and routed here by Ashablois. Ashablois trying to secure the northern fuel point here as well, but Bulat, of course, disrupting that with the Pioneers, moving towards the centre. Grenadiers filling up here. Machine in the south, they could encounter the rifle squad, depending how the engagement is set up there. It could easily be a route here for Bulat, of course, or for Ashablois, depends on all the timing of that engagement. Moving north as Neeks was here, Ashablois primarily aiming north, but again, got that small squad in the south here, just like, so to say, frustrating, and maybe also scout out what Bulat is doing. Never a bad idea. More grenadiers away there for Bulat. And in Asher's base, calling at least one more infantry squad, of course, may also see a fast platoon command post or a fast company command post. Northern point is secured, going for the fuel point, sneaking about the machine gun, or whatever it might be down there. Thumbs up to Asher. Grenadiers Pathfinders here. They're already there. Sergeant Lewis goes down, leaving Corporal Bobman to lead the rest of the squad. Here we've got Rifle Squad being suppressed, but then before it goes from north, still going to be able to cut off and render the fuel point neutral. Good move there by Ashablois. Disrupt here Bulat's early game. At the same time, with the engagement in one of the centres, now more open here to Ashablois. Rifle Squad there pushed back. They did take a minor casualty. We got tech there for Asher as well, but what tech it is the platoon command post. A move that surprises very few people. Grenadiers moving about to 3rd squad, they're ready. We'll be seeing any tech from Bulat. Will it be the 4th Grenadier squad? It will be tech. So triple Grenadiers, 74-2 for Bulat. Rifle squad falling back here. We've got Bulat's Grenadiers, hot pursuit. They're backed up with 74-2 as well there. Ashablois wisely pulls back towards the heavy cover to avoid a suppressed scenario. Further north, the Reason's fighting out with the Pioneers. Bit of a lot of skirmish, though, of course, the main effort here is in the centre. Machine gun setting up here. Could perhaps get flanking cleared out. Could theoretically try for the decoy barrage there to see if Bulat takes the bait and retreats. 5th cal on the way there for Ashablois. The Mardeus is also known. A lieutenant, of course, is ready here with his submachine gun once he arrives at the front line. Rifle squad there taking a lot of damage. They can, of course, in heavy cover hold up for some time since they become harder to hit and take a damage reduction while in heavy cover. But even then, there are limits to how much damage you can dodge while under fire from a small reinforced German platoon. Based on Pioneers up close, Pioneers should have that one engagement quite easily. Grabbing the point here. Ashablois can sneak up through the south, but sadly, Bulat is ready here for Asher's move, and those rifle squads will have to retreat there. Very good response there. Could have been tempted to stick around, maybe somehow fight it out, but that would just been a waste of manpower. Ashablois saw that, and very wisely just retreat the squad rather than suffer any needless losses. So thumbs up to there. Good unit preservation is a good integral skill here for Camerons too, and Camerons 1 for that matter. And like we just tend to boil down to, like, am I actually going to gain anything from this fight at this point? The other part, of course, is knowing also just, when you're about to lose a squad, just get out of there. But certainly part of it is just knowing when to fight and not to fight at all. And just retreating at times to just avoid needless losses. But there you go. Nice fighting in the centre. Bulat going for the car pump extends. And Ashablois here swings around to punish that maneuver. Thumbs up there. Good fluid play there. Bulat going for the like to make a nice company. We're probably seeing either a flame for a half tech or a 2-2-2 here versus Ashablois. Going for the ambulance. Since a lot of the American infantry is starting to be rather ragged and worn out and will need some healing. Got a bunker up there, one in the base here of Bulat on top of the 2-2 on the way to the lighter punches B bargain. Whoops. There we go. So armoured car is on the way. Just reinforcing. Up north got pioneers as the echelons. There we go. Got the ambulance out. Machine is setting up. Rival squad, they're flying back in the face of the MD-42. 2-2 moving in here. The, shall I say, one of the main armoured cars of the German army for the early war would be phased out roughly around the mid to late war stage, as in the end it wasn't a particularly great armoured car, having issues with off-road performance. So, little fun fact about the 2-2. Grab the centre. Ambulance hanging back here for Ashablois. Of course, healing reinforcing. Mostly healing, can reinforce of course, but that matters less inside your own base. They've got another 2-2. Pack 40 up here for Bulat. They're fighting around the centre. Bulat breaks off the attack as it is going nowhere and it's just costing him manpower. We got the bazooka team there for Ashablois as well. Also worth noting here's the position of the ambulance. It is actually a bit spaced away from the base. Some players like to place the ambulance really close to the base, but that's actually a bad idea since troops can get caught up and can interfere with the retreat paths. But placing it just a bit further away there, you avoid all of those issues, plus it can still heal easily any troop to the retreat. So thumbs up to Ashablois then the ambulance placement. Got the steward light tank on the way there for Ashablois. 2-2 the catch and rival squad pushing it back with ease. Back hits reinforcing healing. Medic bunker up. And the Pack 40, the Panzerabwehrkanone 40. Pioneers caught here laying down sandbags, fighting for the southern fuel point as well between the 5th gun M42 and a flanking Pathfinder squad. Also got the artillery barrage ready, though I think calling in there would be a bit greedy. Pack 40 moving out there. Gunneers charging the Lieutenant, 5th gun turning out, the Lieutenant has to retreat here, and there you go, catches the Gunneers. Still taking loss here, they caught a bit too late. Also very low in health there. And the 5th gun, in fact, could get wiped. There you go, a bit of a blow there to Ashablois. A great one there for Bulat. He might actually just consider, oh, yeah, calling the artillery strike here. Maybe deny them the machine gun that way. Has a very fast reaction time. There we go. Narrowly avoided the jump game with the 5th gun. Obviously got destroyed, but Ashablois would say he made the right call after a mistake. Just deny it to them. Headquarters, we got a broken arrow. We need it destroyed. And just, you know, kapoo. And restrict reinforcing healing. Got Pearson's thinking about there. Still a light tank on a 5 from the Pack 40. Great hit here from the Panzerabwehrkanone 40, punching through the Steward light tank. Running towards the centre there. So far as I say, the Steward light tank taking 2 Pack 40 hits and not blown up. The crew likely would have been dead, or at least someone would have been in a very large degree of pain. Pathfinder's moving about, the Lieutenant heading through the south. Greyhound also now ready here for Ashablois versus Bulat. Northern mission being secured. Bulat has yet to take out, in fact a bit short of fuel. In this regard, Ashablois' fuel harassment strategy has been quite effective versus Bulat. And prevented Bulat from actually being able to like push for medium armor anytime soon. So thumbs up there to Ashablois. Really solid American handling. Bulat going for another Grenadier squad. Personally, I'd probably recommend some Panzer Gunners and Stormtroopers sneak in some assault elements to back up the veteran Grenadiers. I think that'd be a very good idea personally, but Bulat is coming to like 4 Grenadier builds, of course. It's a solid, safe one. Nothing wrong with it, but in terms of like, say, tactical compensation, it would give Bulat a bit slightly broader set of tools, a more good consideration there for Bulat, to be honest. But we're getting veteran Grenadiers in the weather for Bulat. More infantry to pick up the slack against the armies. Grenadiers rifling in the centre. They're almost done with the veteran Grenadier squad, but they probably should fall back here. And we got an airdrop coming group for Ashablois, paratroopers, and a pack howitzer. Well, of course, have to see what Ashablois decide to upgrade with. Of course, the Browning light machine guns would be the straightforward choice. Very nice, safe and handy. Whilst the Thompsons obviously would give Ashablois an assault element that could allow for some pretty explosive flanking attacks and just quick wipes. Plus, a map like this, I think, could also be particularly effective. So that's what I personally recommend. But again, nothing wrong with going for double Browning light machine guns. Oh wait, never mind. Those are the wrong ones. Yeah, Browning light machine guns. For some reason, I was thinking the airborne paratroopers. These are not. These are recon support. So you don't really got bazookas or light machine guns. In which case, go for the light machine guns. Like most cases, unless like you're really being threatened by armor. So yeah, sorry about that one. That was my brain slightly going other places than I was supposed to. I apologise. Patrolling about here, going to bring a pack out for our name before 2 meter reposition that one. Quick rifle net here, but Ashablois definitely dodges it. So it does hit the tree. Gonna use around it. No sign of further takeover from either side. We got the Gunnies paratroopers and pathfinders moving through the centre. You know, there's been numerous beacons laid down here by Ashablois. Provides a bit of extra intelligence on Bulat's manoeuvres. Machine gun now being swarmed here as Ashablois continues the assault. Still being pushed back. Infantry continues around here. Something suppressed, but the assault continues. Ashablois disregards the casualties. Pushes onwards. Repeatedly shouting freedom, goddamn, into the phone whenever anyone complains about the assault not quite going the way it's supposed to. Stuart light tank here that could do some repairs. Infantry continues. The paratroopers will suffer the least, so they'll probably be the vanguard here for the next wave. Or apparently the more wounded troops can be dispatched here and keep the more healthy paratroopers reserved. Can of course also got the light machine guns now. Maybe that was actually Blood's plan. There we go. 50 cal left on up to Ashablois to replace the one lost to the Germans. We got Bulat there taking up very good. Meanwhile, Ashablois has yet to take up. This could give Bulat perhaps a chance to pull ahead with armour. Maybe turn the game a bit more in his favour. You turn down to just 2 men. Barely holding on here. Down to 1 man. Falling back. Now see it on the foot Grenadiers. Oh, Grenadiers stood lighting with the 2 to the south. Grenadiers fighting here the stood lighting with Panthers. Plus we got the Pack 40 moving up here. 6 killed veterans, 1 there. And here in the south, Grenadiers routed by the Stuart V-echelon combo. Pedro not in the centre. And there we go, double up machines, but also pop a grenade here. And not just any grenade, a cooked grenade. Meaning they have a lower countdown on it, but nope. This last threat's too risky. In the south, 2 pioneers in the advance here for Bulat and the 1 and 16th Panzerdivision Windhund. Then he's on fire from the Stuart light tank. So Pommel could soon grab here with Bulat. Bulat once more, they continue the southern half of the map. He could also be threatening the fuel in the north a bit more. Surprised Bulat hasn't done more effort there versus Ashablois. Then again, the Stuart light tank may be holding back Bulat here, to be honest. That certainly would be understandable. There you go, Molten there for Bulat finally. They should also get that to Pommel Crop soon, I think. Ashablois well dug in around the centre. Probably reason that Bulat is going in for the mortar to try and pick them out. Obviously, with a pack out about, it's not going to be that easy either. Pioneers in the south being bombarded, going for the southern fuel pond there. In the centre, Bulat's assault breaks down in the north. There's a bit of manoeuvring there to grab points. 2 hanging back, still a sign of a Sapoma Cup there for Bulat. We got another Pioneer squad. Having lost the other one, actually, I've failed to notice that. That does slow things down a bit. Then he's advancing, pushes back the lieutenant. Mortar firing down all over the place. Mortar fire there. Or mortar being hammered with pack out to fire. If Bulat gets like veterans you want, they could maybe set up in a place to counterbarrage the pack howitzer. But it's going to be a bit tricky. Oh, they got Grenadiers pushing back the rifle in the south up north here. Counter attack going in here from Ashablois to reduce the attempt there. Back here, to being repaired. Still on support corps, but could build it now. And I think get away with a reasonably well-paced Panzer IV. Ashablois, meanwhile, though, has yet to take up here, though. That could certainly work out in the favour of Bulat, but there you go. Paratroopers dealing with the Grenadiers here with ease, so they might want to get into some cover here. And to retreat here for Bulat. Up north guns going for the point here. We've still got the light tank and the rifle squad there. Pretty much just absolutely breaking down the assault before it even gets underway properly there for Bulat. There we go. So Paul McCrop can soon go for the Panzer IV. And the 2 tracks in the south. Noting Ashablois is chucking down a lot of beacons, and of course, why not? They're free. They don't cost you anything. So, thumbs up there to Ashablois. Bulat preparing for the next big push. Got the fuel now for the Panzer IV. Just need some manpower. Mankraft. Anyways. Which almost sounds like some sort of Kraftwerk copy band. Pack out of the 22, we got Parachutes coming up here, going for the southern fuel there. Grenadiers ready. Support where we can get a hard time getting close to it again due to the pack howitzer. Pretty good investment there for Ashablois, obviously, particularly on a map like Faymonville Approach, which is very good for artillery. Also another reason why I'm a bit surprised Bulat didn't go for a mortar sooner. Grenadiers being disrupted here, no sign of the pack 4 to deal with the Stewart. So that quickly breaks up the part. There we go, the 2 moving about here. Mortar firing down the 5th cover. The shot misses. Almost got the southern fuel for their back. Southern victor ball also being grabbed here by Bulat. Having some success around the centre act here versus Ashablois. Ashablois finally taking up, got the major up. Bulat is though not far away from the Panzer IV and can get it out there just in time. Might be able to swing the game a bit more in favour. Might be able to rush down the pack howitzer and clear it up, which would be a huge tactical win there for Bulat. Relieve a lot of pressure from his shoulders, as that one is really making much harder for Bulat to make his attacks and even defend points. Pack 40 though remains a bit hanging back. They're up north here, got Rifle pushing back the Pioneers. There we go, Grenadiers was the paratroop. There go, grenade off. Is Bulat paying attention? Oh, he is, but ends up retreating. Plus the 5th Cav there obviously very much forces the retreat no matter what. Decent hit on the 50 cal. Panzer IV is on the way there for Bulat. Ashablois can actually go for the Sherman right about now. Dennis was the lieutenant in the centre plus the steward. Taking heavy damage to the process. Almost being taken out already. Just retreat there right now. Pack 40 moving up. Fighting continues ruthlessly and endlessly. Mortar very close to Infantry 1 there, and the counter battery or counter barrage ability. Pack 40 in trouble. Lieutenant rushing in there. Northern point being seized. Panzer IV almost done for Bulat. Almost done. 50 cal there, almost wiped out here. Now got the counter barrage ability ready. Will he try and use it to that way counter maybe the pack howitzer? Well, he's trying to counter it. Could be an idea to consider for Bulat. Or I mean, when the option's actually there. But there you go, Panzer IV for Bulat, adding the pendulum-mounted MG42. Very good. Rifle grenade off here. Going for the southern fuel point again. Panzer IV moving ahead here. And currently Ashablois has got 1 bazooka to try and stop the Panzer IV. And seeing as this is not a Tom Hanks movie, it's going to take a bit more than a bazooka to stop that. Jackson on the way there for Ashablois. Up north here we got the Grenadiers put back a rifle squad. Turn them moving up here to disrupt any further push there by the Panzer IV. For now, they'll of course can still use to clear out a lot of other territory here and deny Ashablois the ground. Jackson slowly getting ready. Bulat will probably consider going for some Stugs to deal with that, or just more Panzer IVs, but Stugs would certainly be a more cost-efficient counter. Panzer IV not heading north as his sister gun is being beleaguered there by the victory point. Ooh, that was a close one. 5 kills on the Grenadier now for Panzer IV moving in there, raiding Ashablois' base, catching Ashablois there, in a bad spot there with a pack howitzer, could take it out and destroy it. Unless the shot completely misses the mark and doesn't even like miss so far, it actually takes out the ambulance. So, still a lot of tank on the move there, close to East Level. There you go, M36 Jackson Tank Destroyer. Ready for Ashablois. Equipped with a 19mm gun, same as used in the Pershing actually. Also, fun fact about American tank destroyers: while they were tank destroyers, and the role of basically like, you know, support against enemy armor in a more defensive role, they're actually commonly used as tanks apparently to such a degree that American High Command actually removed like half of all the tank destroyers and the tank destroyer battalions and replaced them with anti-tank guns right before the assault in the Ardennes, which, suffice to say, proved that was a bad idea. But you know, it's just sort of a fun idea there. But occasionally, the higher echelons of command can sort of get really annoyed when those in the lower chains of command don't use the weapons the way it's supposed to, like in their minds. So a little fun fact there. But this was Ralph Squad stood light tank up north, could do some arm support up there, but the Panther Force base in the centre. I actually think Panther up north could be helpful there, since the Jack's going to be a hard time getting close to it, but that's that. Bulat, they go for shooting out versus Ashablois. Paratrooping in there. Now, of course, this is not something that's unique to the Americans. Like the Germans, for example, stopped producing the Puma because they were worried they were, you know, going to use the Puma like a tank. Did they quickly put a stop to that? Did he stood light tank, knocked out. Better blow there to Bulat. Machine gun close being taken up. We got 231 to 414. Looks like Bulat's just going to go for another Panzer IV here. I mean, not a bad choice, but I do feel like Mr. Jackson's Sturmgeschütz would be a nice pick in the South African Rifleman. Ace Grenadiers versus Rifleman there. No grenades either. Rather, we do, of course, have BARs out there for Ashablois forces, plus some additional bazookas on the echelons. Reinforcing them up north, going against paratroop, or the Pathfinders. Those are technically paratroopers of sort, but not what you consider calling that. And it's Panther on the way to Bulat, going against the Pathfinders. Down to use 2 men. And routed. That's got the paratroop squad flanking up with the light machines with gun to the building. It's going to be difficult there for Bulat to fight with. And then in the centre, Pack 40 catching the Jackson tank destroyer here, but the Jackson avoids another shot there. Another hit there though. Gun is moving in. But he's got that Pack 40 out before it gets destroyed by possible infantry or pack out to fire. First Panzer IV being repaired, almost good to go. Second one almost on the way here for Bulat. And he's routed by the lieutenant and the steward. Mortar firing down there from the Grenadier. If you get 6 kills on it, you got 7 kills on the pack howitzer. Still an attempt to counterbarrage here, wasn't it? Gonna swing in this to a light tank, about to get handled by the Panzerfaust. Second Panther on the move here for Bulat. Shot fired, the student missed, and the center going to push here. 5 Ashablois. Going straight for the pack there, but we got the Panther on the Pioneers ready to deal with that. Up north, Panther moving around here with the Jackson tank destroyer. Bulat very wisely decided not to fight out, particularly with the bazooka team nearby as well, to make things much more comfortable for the Panther IV there. Still, it is costing Bulat some back control. There we go. Taking advantage of Bulat, crunching up all the stuff inside the base. There outside of the base, causing the cluster bomb here to punish Bulat for it. Further force retreat there. In this case, though, Bulat does avoid wipes, which is good, but that could have gone very ugly there. North here, we got the Grenadiers versus Steward light tank damaging the engine. I think there's actually opportunity right now to maybe consider if they can push with the reactions and rush the Jackson with the 2 Panther forces cleared up. We got a flank here in the south that backs off. It does not. Instead, going to go here for the southern Ralph squad, take that out here. Mortars sending out once more. Another pack 40 there for Bulat. Sherman tank on the way for Ashablois. Calling it in for freedom, democracy. And there you go. Panther pushing a bit too far there. Ooh, that was lucky, dodging every shot. And there you go. Pack 40 lands a great hit on the Jackson tank destroyer. And the South Guns versus paratroopers need to get into cover, otherwise those paratroopers with the light machine guns will make sure I got those Grenadiers. Sherman halfway down there for Ashablois. Panzer IV advancing through the centre here for Bulat for Deutschland. There we go, great on the Bravo squad taking out 2 men. Then he's moving from the north, catching the Pathfinder squad a bad spot. He goes to the far here, paratroops acting bled out, and there go grenade off. Ooh, close one there, but Bulat mostly dodges except for Fritz, who, well, gets his feet blown off. Jack's moving ahead here, going for the Panzer IV. Pack 40 cleared out as well, bit of blow there. Pack out on the mortars, not doing too much, still could continue counter barrage. He's trying to catch the pack house with a regular barrage. Ooh, nice hit the route squad. They're almost taking out the entire unit, but no. So I'm a bit sure of that. M43 showing out their first year block, switching attacks close rounds. Could add the 50 caliber, of course. Panzer IV moving in, gaining veterans 1, 9 kills total. Pack not recruit. Just reinforcing healing. Second Panther moving out here for Bulat again. Still think should consider Stuka to deal with the Jackson tank shot, particularly since Ashablois is actually going for anti-tank guns and got none, so Stuka would be particularly great here versus Ashablois. Seems like Bulat is not a believer in our Lord and Saviour, the Stunde should strike ausführen gehen, as lined out in the Gospel of Guderian. Pack there, pushing back the Sherman. Artillery called in again on the Panther IV and the Class Pioneers nearby. Oh dear, Bulat too late to react here. Pack 40 can move into it. Wow. Those Pioneers just got away with it. And then they get murdered with a shot by the Sherman, just giving the Panther IV coat of red paint. So that was a bit of a blow there to Bulat. Great hit for the Shermans. Do a light tank there with the damage in, but on the end is ace level. Just reinforcing healing. Pioneer is ready, adding a bind sprue kits, and of course the veteran squad leader. Both of course increase the repair speed of the Panther IV, so generally always a good upgrade to have. Panther IV moving in its own. With some limited support, feel like they also find some movement north again from Bulat versus Ashablois. Feel like Bulat at times has been a bit too focused on the centre-south here versus Ashablois, which of course made it easy for Ashablois to focus forces against Bulat. Ooh, close one there. Not either side though. Well, both sides end up missing the other one. Pack 40 moving up here, Sherman in the way there. Still haven't recruited the other Pack 40. Great hit from the first one. Please bring in, might try and Panther-Faust it here. Maybe try and finish off the great mortar in the Rifle Squad. The Pathfinders there. We got ace over there. 9 kills. Panther 40 moving up there. Go great hit from the Jackson Tank Destroyer. Pack 40 shoots, misses. Up here, stood light tank continued support here against any German incursions. Panther 40 moving out here for Bulat. Looks like it's setting up for another Panther 4 here. No sign of the Sturmgeschütz. In the South, Ralph Squad's advanced here to gobble up Bulat's southern territories. Ooh. Wow, Bulat's really having some rubbish luck with the Pioneers. That's the second Pioneer squad wipe while repairing his panzers. I mean, that Panther was really going to get coated in red paint. So, why did he call you the Red Baron? Because everyone gets murdered and we get the Panzer red all the time. Oh, yeah. It's less cool when you hear about it. Panther takes a nice hit from Jackson Tank, so close to Veteran 2. Another one there for Ashablois. Gun is advancing on the center of the machine gun support there. Mortar support is limited. No smoke screens, no barrages. Definitely been a slow out there, I think, by Bulat. 144 versus 392. Almost got the 50 card they've been in before to Ace level, by the way. There we go. Almost got it, taking fire from the pack cards. Ace level and 20 kills compared with the 9 of Bulat's Granatenwerfer. Jackson is waiting in the wings. They can't be called in due to having too much compilation. Of course, if they pull back anything to repair and pull up the crew, they will call it in. There we go. Pack 4 landing great here in the Jackson Tank Destroyer. This represents, of course, the Americans' ability for creative bookkeeping, using a series of offshore shell companies to dodge around with the population cap. Need to retreat the Grenadier squad there. 138 versus 385. Rather than Puffin got the sword light tank as well here. 9 kills still there. 23 in the pack cards. It's really just racking up the kills now versus Bulat. Of course, enough has been forced to go for another Pioneer squad. Like, Bulat really suffered heavy losses for the Pioneers this match. So many wipes. Panther there's close to 2 there. Bulat coming through the south here. 11 kills on the Gunard map. Slightly getting better. And cluster bombs getting the support weapons. Once more, Ashablois sees an opportunity and takes it versus Bulat. Versus the Krauts. Close one there, but Mosley gets away. The wipe suffered. Sherman there with 9 kills. Close veteran 2-1. Still a 50 kill added, by the way. Guess Ashablois doesn't believe in those. The team with 10 kills. Reinforcing. Panther is very, very close and good to go. But can Bulat turn us around? I mean, I think with a good Panzer assault supported by infantry using assault and hold and a smoke on the right place, I think there's a good opportunity for Bulat to really do some serious damage as Ashablois and push the battlefield more in the favour. But it does require a properly set up attack here using all abilities and everything, and the tanks all working together in concert. Otherwise, I think he's just going to be dealt with easily by Ashablois here. And so far, that seems to be what Bulat's doing, is just making smaller piecemeal attack, which is nothing being coordinated, where Ashablois can usually just focus all of the firepower on the different parts being sent in, meaning Bulat never really gets used as force effective versus Ashablois on the attack, which is really something that's required. Got 115 versus 1581 up north. He got on the far here from the Drive squad and got the Patriots up. Panther Force trying to sneak in and hit, not quite landing it. Close to veteran to 1 though. Panther Force south with the Sherman, still light tangling up there. Very, very close to veteran 2. And there you go, shoots and gain, but it doesn't matter versus the Jackson tank, which just right there for Ashablois. Panther Force going to fall back. Another hit from the Jackson though. Yeah, still damaged it, but apparently someone managed to like fly under the Panther Fort. Bulat situation's going to get really bad here versus Asha. The front line has collapsed. Most of the troops being healing and forced. Artillery called in again, little air bombs. They call them the cluster bombs on the Pack 40. Bombarding the Infantry company. And there you go, Pack 40. Not wiped out. Oh, there you go. Destroying it. Bulat situation is looking pretty bad now. Barely any victory points left as you've lost most of the map. Got a much larger force with a much stronger complement of weaponry here versus Bulat. While Bulat still has plenty of infantry and some armor left, the question is, can Bulat really wield them in a manner that might lead to victory? Gunnery sending out, Panther Force or winning repairs, only one Pioneer squad to repair, of course, makes things a bit slower there, and again having to cost to replace the Pioneers hasn't helped either in building up any number of Pioneers there for Bulat. There we go, Bulat decides that it's GG, game over. A victory here for Ashablois, a loss for Bulat. A brutal fight here. In the end, I feel like what Ashablois partly won was just better maneuverability, better use of his abilities, whereas Bulat failed, I think, to use their abilities a lot of the time. Mortar, for example, was used to barrage it all, and so no counter badge or smoke badges, definitely a mistake there. Plus, assault and hold could also really help turn the tide, plus just battery attack, but really also just failed to think exploit times to the north versus, you know, the south here against Ashablois. I think was something that really hurt Bulat and make things easier for Ashablois. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I've learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on, and tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial LinkedIn. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another episode.